So we had covered on this channel, a few weeks ago that Dr. Dre's wife, Nicole, had filed for divorce. And, anybody has been through a divorce, I've been through that at one point in time in my life. It is never a good thing. It's rare if it's just, it goes smooth and everybody just ending it, on a good note. And, hey, we just understand the relationship is just not where it's at. So we're going to just, divide. We need to divide and go our own separate way. I've rarely seen some issues like that, but I have seen some people do it like that. But a lot of times, especially when it comes to a lot of money, sometimes it can get ugly, right? But what got me to do this video is Dr. Dre's soon-to-be ex-wife. She wants spousal support. And she requested from the court that she get $2 million a month in spousal support. Now, of course, the spousal support is temporary. But because what they usually do is when you're going through, a divorce, you have your first hearing. And then usually if you've been married a long time, they'll give you the other person, if they're usually not making the amount of that you're making, a temporary spousal support. Usually just during the time, basically, you go to the next, the final court date to wrap up the divorce, right? So that could be anywhere from 3 months to 6 months. It depends on what happens with the lawyer going back and forth. Just depends, because divorce can go like this or it can drag out and when it's nasty. But she wanted, close to $2 million. But she broke down what she needs the money for. And I want to read it to you and you tell me, is this legitimate? Now, mind you, she filed for the divorce, not him. And how I feel about that, if you go file for the divorce, then why somebody need to give something to you unless you can prove something, the reason why, right? But let's get into her. So she broke it down. She needs $10,000 a month for laundry and dry cleaning. I wash my clothes. Even if I take my clothes to the laundry, that don't cost me no freaking $10,000. So you can buy the top of the line, a commercial washer and dryer and put in your house. You still not going to sit up here and pay $10,000 a month to wash no clothes. Then she says she want him to pay for her clothes at $135,000 a month. What clothes are you buying at $135,000 a month, woman? What? And what happened to the last clothes you bought? She said education. She wants him to pay for her education, the tuition and living expenses, $60,000 a month. Now, an Ivy League university, like a Harvard, Yale, they're usually about $80,000 or so a year. That's usually about what they run, $80,000 to $100,000 a year, those Ivy League. And you want $60,000 a month. Where are you being educated at? That's what I want to know, because that's an expensive school. So she said entertainment, $900,000 a month. So you mean to tell me he has to pay for your entertainment, or you want him to pay $900,000 for entertainment? What are you doing? That's going to cost you $900,000 a month. Airline tickets are sure not high anymore. Even if you get first class, it's not high. You can't go international too much. That's kind of shut down. So where are you going? What are you doing? You can't drink up that much money. Even if you bought a bottle every night, you could drink up that much money. So come on, man. Y'all just putting any old thing down to try to get this man's money. She says, check this out. She needs $125,000 a month for charitable contributions. So you want to take his money and you give charitable contributions to somebody else. Why does he have to give you spousal support? Spousal support, not you giving it to whoever you want to give it to. Then she says a mortgage of $100,000 a month. Where are you staying? I mean, trust me, I have seen mortgages for houses that's kind of like in the millions. I kind of looked at, it's like, oh, how much that would cost a month? And some of them may cost you $10,000 a month or something like that. But what kind of mansion you're staying in? Of course, it's California. I know it's expensive. She says, check this out. Telephone, cell phone, and email. She says it's $20,000 $20,000 a month. Who are you calling? There's no reason to even have an international phone bill no more when WhatsApp came out. So you can't say you run up an international phone bill at all. Who you calling? You say email. What email? Now listen, I have a professional email, and I pay for the year. What, $300 for the year? So what email you have that you are requesting $20,000 a month, chick? I mean, come on, man. Y'all gotta. Man, if I'd be looking at the judge, I'd have been reaming her for this. I say, well, first of all, it's not his responsibility to cover your entertainment. It's not his responsibility to cover your education. Definitely not no contributions of whoever you're giving it to. The telephone, I don't know where you get that from. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I have my whole family on the telephone plan. I think we're two different, lines, and I pay because I got a big family. With everything, we have a lot of lines. I think total, maybe 700 a month, but I have multiple lines, tablets, all of that, and some people say that's a lot of money a month. Yeah, but I have a big family for one. And two, a lot of my stuff is business and it's a write-off, so I don't worry about it. But I'm not even paying no freaking $20,000 a month and I have business. So what is she doing? So they said that on top of that, they said sources say that he's covering all her expenses as of right now, including the Malibu house where she's staying. He's paying for chefs. The woman don't cook. Security. It said, but in her docs, it says Nicole says Dre has been controlling with the purse strings, denying her the right to use, among other things, her American Express black card. Listen, when you divorce a man, especially a man of means, you're not going to have the spoils of that relationship anymore. You're divorcing, okay? It means divorce. You're going through your own life. You can't sit up here and want the life you had with Dr. Dre over here. You want to use his Black American Express card? No, that doesn't work like that. You're on your own. Now, if you with this man this many years and you couldn't do nothing for yourself, or you kind of like made your own money, have been around him all this time, then that's on you. That's totally on you. So they signed a prenuptial agreement also. It said, and she said that he used the gun to the head metaphor just before their wedding. Okay. He said, but he ripped up the prenuptial agreement years into the marriage. Well, let me say something about that. He can rip up all the paperwork he want. If that paperwork wasn't broken up or dismissed or whatever by the court, it's still on. He can rip up whatever paperwork. It's like you get an order child support or something. You can rip up the paper all you want. You still gonna owe the child support. It doesn't matter about what papers he ripped up, right? So she say everything fell apart in August, where she's claiming that Dr. Dre came to the house intoxicated and told her F her twice and said, get the F out, go to Malibu, right? Okay, what happened that led up to that? We don't know. She said at one point in time, he said he ordered her not to spend one more cent. He said, period. He said, you can't be mean and disrespectful and spend my hard-earned money. He said, F that. He said, yes. She said, yes, that's a threat. He said, I'm putting the beach house up for sale next week. They say he's also furious about her trying to dig into his personal finance and threatening war if she persists. But what led up to that? Like, he tell you stop spending money. No man, even if a man got money, won't you just running through his money. And they got some women that'll run through money like water through your hands. Now, I don't know what happened to lead up to that. Maybe everything was good up until that time. Sometimes some people grow apart. I don't know. I mean, some people do grow apart. Okay, it happens. But she claiming that, he was abusive and all this stuff. But why we never heard of that sooner? Why? But with that being said, she's ridiculous. And also she's asking, on top of the $2 million a month, she wants $5 million to cover her attorney fees. Who did you hire? Seriously, who did you hire? That you gonna spend $5 million on a divorce case? I'm like, what are you gonna do? Man, look, if she would actually say, hey, look, I just want so much million if he can do, because you kind of screwed if you sign a prenup. But I'm pretty sure he would give her so many million and to go on about her business because it wouldn't hurt him. Like even if he gave her 10 million, that's not gonna hurt him, And if she took the 10 million, she'd be good. But no, she wants the same life she had with Dr. Dre. Even if he gave you 10 million, trust me, most people can live their life off of $10 million. If you get yourself behind out of expensive California, I don't see how y'all stay over there. Like, look, shout out to everybody. I have a lot of subscribers in California, but I couldn't stay there. It's way too expensive. And you have a state tax. And the population, the black population is extremely low. I like being where black people at. I enjoy it. And if people don't like that, I don't care. I love the black community and I love to have access to them. I wouldn't be nowhere I didn't have no access to them. Sorry, that's not me. But with that being said, this woman crazy. This woman crazy. I don't care if he got it. He may say, look, he got it. It don't matter if he got it. The fact is, she's crazy. Listen to what she's asking for. What you already asking for money? You still want the American Express black card? This woman lost her last mind. But let me know what you think, especially fellas. If that was you in that situation, and she wants to spend, let me go over that again. She wants to spend freaking $20,000 a month on telephone, cell phone, and email. You get what I'm saying? I mean, this is just crazy. This is one thing I just couldn't believe. I hope the judge got sense, and I'm gonna make sure I want to find out about this divorce. I want to know if she get any of that.